it's no longer news again because on the 28th of December, Pastor Abraham Daniel said he was an ex-pastor of Dynamics International. And he said most of the miracles that are performed in Dynamics, they are fake because it was part of those schemes. But he was not bold enough to tell us one, maybe two of such miracles which are fake, but that's not where I'm going to. The problem with God in Nigeria is like we are quick to actually admit when anything is said about the man of God without even a second thought. Before I proceed, please guys, listen carefully. Let us look at the character of the man of Mr. Abraham Daniel. Mr. Abraham Daniel, upon leaving Dynamics, said something which is highly germane. He said, God is not existing, that God does not exist. According to Pastor Daniel, he said, God doesn't exist. That is it's just an imagination that God does not exist. That God is a creation of man in order to defraud the poor. I was wondering, is this man really not a pastor then? Was he not refined then? Or what was he doing in the church at that material point in time? Now coming out, because you are not a member of Dynamics, you not believe there is no God. You believe that God is a creation of man in order to defraud the poor. Don't you guys think that this pastor has a problem? Such a man, don't you think is going to be vindictive? And also he confirmed in his interview that he usually rebelled against the authority of the church. That means Pastor Abraham was a rebel when he was in that church. I was even made to realize that the church he actually left to Dynamics, he actually rebelled in that church as well. So what is this man saying per se? Apart from that, the man also is a man that is full of pride. Based on what I've gathered, he said when he took over from Dynamics that the population then was 950, he grew the church to 3,000. I said, wow, an amazing thing. Amazing. You try. You're doing well. You are great for man or great for the kingdom. I do not know. He said, not that alone, that he was the first to host the lead pastor, Pastor PaulEnenche, and the wife in his church in all of Dynamics International. I said, wow, what an achievement. He went further to say that he was the first pastor in Nigeria that built a comfort chair locally. I say, what an achievement. This man is good. He said, now he does not believe in God, that God does not exist, that he's an humanist. He's an humanist. Just believe God does not exist. And it's just a fiction of the imagination of people, that God is not existent. It's just one thing somewhere or something. Even pagans still say God did. Not that alone. This Pastor Abraham also was trying to have a ministry in the ministry. He was trying to have a school via Dynamics, which the church actually refused. And that was the base point upon which he actually left. He said he wanted to run the school like a charitable school. And we take from the rich, as if he put money in the pocket of the rich and help the poor. That look at the school that Dynamics they're running. The school is very expensive, but his own plans and ideas then was to run a school that's going to be free of charge. My question now, sir, since you left Dynamics, have you been able to have a primary school, just primary 1 to primary 3, that you're running free of charge, so that I can send my children to, or my cousin's children? I recommend them to come to your school. You see, sometimes we should not be carried away by people's eloquence, by their oratory, by their prowess, because they know how to speak English, they can talk very well. Most of us are easily carried away. When you see that pastor talking, you know that he doesn't have real point. It's just a man that is embittered, a man that is bitter against the church. So please, I'm not holding brief for Pastor PaulEnenche. I'm not his member. This man should be arrested. This man should be made to go to the court of law to clarify the allegation he has alleged against the church. But I, for one, I believe that God will serve as a God of miracles. Miracles does happen, miracles are happening, and miracle had happened, and miracle will still be happening. So we should not just water down the strength of God, that miracle doesn't happen in Dynamics or other congregations. Miracle does happen. So man of God, sir. Okay, sorry, I will not call you man of God, because woman is sir. If you don't know what to do again, just learn to keep quiet. Enough of bringing down our men and women of God down in Nigeria. It's not good. Please, guys, don't forget to give this video a like so that people will have access to it. I will definitely see you soon.